Hi, my name is Dionisio Rivas. I'm a senior at CU Denver. This is Intro to Audio Production, and Project 3 involves what it would take to change my living situation and to create a home studio in my living situation. Here's a few bullet points on how I'd create my home studio. My home studio would not be extremely complex. I have sufficient space to make it happen in my room, except I do not have sufficient space to have extremely large live instruments, such as drums, or maybe I have enough space just for like a MIDI, and maybe a few guitars. To record audio, vocals, I would use the closet in my bathroom. Alrighty, so we're going to start with just some pictures I took from my room because that's where I'd want to put the home studio. So here's just a journey into the room of Dio Rivas and what it would take to change my room into a home studio. As you can see, at the moment, my room is a little bit messy. I share a room with my girlfriend. But at the same time, I believe that I could have sufficient space right in front of the windows right there to house a desk, my laptop, maybe a few MIDIs, and some speakers. And I believe that I could set the desk right in the middle of the windows and get pretty good symmetry with the stereos I decide to set up. Next, we have my bathroom. I don't really think the acoustics in my bathroom are that good for anything. It's a little bit too big, and there's just sound can bounce off at weird ways in my bathroom, I feel like. It's not really enclosed, so there's the potential that there can be background noise coming from either in my house or outside of it. So I'm not the biggest fan of using my bathroom for my home studio, but I am a big fan of using potentially my bathroom closet as a recording studio for vocals and very precise sounds. So before starting this project and when I was doing work for the class, I questioned whether the bathroom closet would be a space that I could actually fit myself into and fit some equipment into to record audio. And I actually found through experimenting today that it is a tight squeeze, but I feel like it's one of the better places in my house to actually record audio because of the fact that it's very enclosed. When I say record audio, I'm talking about vocals. I believe that with vocals, you don't want any outside interference. Therefore, I believe that space is super enclosed and I could actually fit into it. Here's a picture of me in my bathroom closet. So I actually experimented and closed the door, and I couldn't take a picture with the door closed because it was too dark. So I just opened it up a little bit to let some light in. But I could fit, even though it was tight. But definitely, if I wanted to have a vocalist come in and do some work, they could fit in there actually quite easily, unless they're a little bit bigger. I think that it would be the best space to record vocals. I was potentially thinking about my closet, but I don't think my closet would be the best place for vocals. Here's a picture of my closet. As you can see, there's a whole bunch of clothes, but it is a very large space. So my closet could be a good space for recording, maybe large instruments if I wanted to. But I still don't think that I would get the acoustics I want because there's so much going on in there. Really, there's not. I feel like my clothes would absorb, the sound waves being permeated by whatever instrument I'm playing in there, and I wouldn't get a good reverb off of the clothes in there and all the other stuff that's going on in my closet. It would be a good place though to record just because of the amount of space that you have. I feel like if I recorded there though, I would definitely have to add some effects through my digital audio workstation or some plugins to, change my recording and make it sound a little bit better. Also, one thing about my closet that I don't like is that it's right next to the street. So there is a large potential that there's going to be outside interference from cars, people closing their doors, talking, etc. because I live in a townhome. So there's lots going on around me. This diagram I drew up is just a picture of my room and where I'd planned to put my home studio. As you can tell, my bed and my dresser are right across from each other with my TV on top of it. And my closet is right next to my windows. The windows are right where it says my home studio. And so I'd want to put my speakers right there because of the symmetry it has with my room. My room is pretty open, and I feel like I could get a good angle of hearing from each stereo in my room right there. It's a pretty focal point, center of the room. Also, I'd have enough room if I wanted to put, like I said, like a MIDI or maybe a few instruments, but nothing extremely large. If I was planning on making one, I'd go off of this diagram right here. In conclusion, I find I can make a home studio in my townhome. It would be only in my room though, because that's all I have sufficient space for. And I couldn't do anything extremely large or professional like some of the other home studios I've seen. It would have to be smaller and somewhat amateur, but I mean, even then, a lot of people get a lot of work done with small home studios. You see it happen all the time, but I think that it'd be a fun journey to do when I get done with school. I'm having a lot of difficulties finding time to do anything right now because I'm about to graduate and my class schedule is very hard. Therefore, when I get out of school, I'm pretty sure that I'll have a lot more time to do stuff I want to do. So this might be a project I decide to take on in the future. Thank you for listening to my last project.